Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the hundreds of true school sports and subscribers. What's going on, guys? Now, Kell Brook, he's coming out, he's talking about Amir Khan. It's been discussed many times in this channel about Amir Khan, Kell Brook fight, and we still want to see that fight happen. It's a big matchup for boxing, it's a big matchup for boxing in the UK, so hopefully it gets made. But as far as Kell Brook goes, he came out and he had some quotes about Amir Khan. He said some things about Amir Khan and possibly fighting him this year, because at this point in time, Amir Khan really doesn't have anywhere to go as far as fighting guys in the top 10. You know, Saddam Ali's fighting Jesse Vargas. You got Mayweather out of the picture. You got Pacquiao fighting Bradley. Thurman's supposed to finalize his deal with Porter. So really, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's not trying to fight Earl Spence. And Danny Garcia's fighting Robert Guerrero. So as far as guys in the top 10 goes, though, really the only guy that is on a crash course with Amir Khan, you would think, would be Kell Brook. So this is a good thing. And Kell Brook has a fight coming up with Kevin Bizier. I believe that's a mandatory fight, but don't quote me on that. He should make easy work out of Bizier. So we'll see what happens. But should he gets past him, then there you go. The calm fight's on the table. So he came out and he talked about it. And I just wanted to get into the quotes, what he said, and all this stuff, and just talk more about this fight. So, Kell Brook states the following, I quote, "You know, that's the fight everyone wants, is me against Khan, or the likes of Bradley, Thurman, and Danny Garcia. These are the types of fighters I want to fight. I've not been in good company opponents-wise, and I want to jump on them this year." He continues by saying, I quote, "Khan has got nowhere else to go. He was waiting and waiting for Floyd Mayweather. Didn't get it. Then he waited for Pacquiao. Never got it. The fight against me is there to be made. It's the biggest fight out there for him, and he's got nowhere to hide now." So, Brook is right. Khan does not have anywhere to hide anymore, and he's lacking signature wins on his career. He had some good wins, you know. The Maidana win was a good win, a really great win for him. Devin Alexander, Chris Algieri were all guys he brought up from weight classes who are stylistic advantages for him to look good in hopes of getting the Pacquiao Mayweather fight, and that didn't work out for him. I mean, he won the fights, but he didn't get the big fights that he really wanted. You know, Khan, you know, boxing in many ways is missing rivalries. It's missing rivalries in the ring. You know, we have the rivalries. We have, you know, like Drake says, Twitter trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers. We have a lot of Twitter fingers going on in boxing today, and you know, that's where the rivalries are on social media, not in the ring. We need those rivalries in the ring. And one of the great rivalries that has been, you know, in the social media platform amongst UK boxing fans has been Amir Khan versus Kell Brook, and all that needs to happen now is just a fight. And there's never been a time more so than now where you think that fight can be made. Mayweather's out the picture. Pacquiao's fighting Bradley, and pretty much everybody else in the top 10, with the exception of Kell Brook, has fights coming up against somebody, or they're just too young and inexperienced and kind of want those problems like a guy like against an Earl Spence. So they got to make this fight happen. And Khan has to stop being scared. And, you know, Khan probably doesn't even feel that confident in himself. He's not fighting a lot. He didn't look that sharp in his last bout against Chris Algieri. Chris Algieri was coming forward. Chris Algieri, known as Light Puncher, wobbled him. And, you know, Amir Khan, you know, was lucky to get a win. He was very lucky to get a win that night, because he really did not look that good against a guy that people thought he was in ice. And it didn't happen. So, you know, he's got that fight happening. And if he's not gonna fight Brook, personally, I don't have a problem with it. But if he's not gonna fight Brook, then he's got to fight Danny Garcia. If that fight can be made somehow. If that fight's on the table, and he takes that instead of Brook, I don't have a problem with that, because he's rematching a guy he got knocked out by. That's never an easy thing in boxing. So you give him a pass on that. But outside of that, Amir Khan shouldn't be fighting anybody else. So that's just my take on it. You guys let me know what you guys think. Kell Brook coming out and saying that Amir Khan has nowhere else to go, and at this point, looking at the landscape of things, he doesn't. All the top guys at 147 are fighting against somebody, with the exception of Kell Brook. So you guys let me know what you think in the comments down below. take the time to subscribe. And you can love me or you can hate me, but at the end of the day, I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys.